Hey guys, I'm here with a brand new collection we just picked up. It was a single owner collection. We're really excited about it. It's filled with keys, all A-list stuff, and we're going to show this off to you. They will be for sale in the store. I have to get them priced up, but I will immediately. So let's start, Corey. We got Star Wars 1, 9.8, white pages, beautiful copy. And just in case you don't want that, 9.6, Star Wars 1. Daredevil 1, 6.5. Beautiful, affordable copy, cream to off-white. Daredevil 2, which has really heated up the past few years.
Great cover. Love that cover.
Classic cover Electro, and all Daredevils are red hot for us. And of course, first appearance, major character Doctor Strange in 6.5. First Silver Age Catwoman and Lois Lane in a beautiful 9.4. You do not see 9.4s.
And a white cover, that's hard to get.
Beautiful book. Next up, Copper Age Key, first New Teen Titans, classic Wolfman Perez in 9.8 highest grade. And of course we have First Blade, 9.2 CVA, which depending on your opinion, just adds to it. And of course the origin of Blade in a 9.6, uber high grade on that book. 9.6 Werewolf by Night 1, check it out. And of course, a book which is a must-have Bronze Age in the top 10, 9.4 Werewolf by Night 32, first Moon Knight.
All those covers, the cover's great. When they're featured on the cover like that, it's
we
awesome.
love it. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about that. Doctor Strange not on the cover.
Yeah.
But Paste Pot Pete. Okay. Classic red hot book with the new Deadpool movie, New Mutants 98, signed by the man Rob Liefeld. And New Teen Titans 1, first Deathstroke, 9.8 white pages. Also, classic Copper Age book. Down here, we got some awesome bronze mags. Marvel Preview 2, 9.8, early Punisher appearance. Origin of the Punisher, first Dominic Fortune, 9.8 condition. Star-Lord, 9.6. Marvel Preview 4. Marvel Graphic Novel 4, first print, New Mutants 9.8. Everything Mutants with X-Men 97's going crazy. This is the highest graded copy, 9.8. And first Rocket Raccoon, 9.6 white pages.
It's cool. Very cool.
You like that Rocket Raccoon, Corey?
No, I'm not a Rocket Raccoon fan, but I like this guy right here.
Oh, what's this guy? He's wearing a gray costume. This is pretty awful. Oh, it's Iron Man. Okay. Got one of the flagship Marvel keys. Tales of Suspense 39, 4.5. Really nice color. Cream to off-white. Not bad. Great deep colors. This is a great copy, 4.5. And then we got number 40 in a 7.5. Second Iron Man. And more Iron Man goodness. 9.0.
Is that the first yellow and red costume?
This is the new armor and first Mr. Doll. This is an important book because of Mr. Doll, not the armor, just in case. Okay, anyway, we got another iconic key, 9.0 copy of First Hawkeye, Tales of Suspense 57. And then a couple more, just cool TOS. This is when Cap and Iron Man battle, 58. And when they...
That's when the title becomes a joint title, right? That one there?
This is the one where they become together.
Yeah.
See, that's Iron Man, and this is when they go together. So just a cool book, great Silver Age.
Great cover.
Now we have a stack that I'm really excited about. Batman's. Are you ready? Mr. Freeze, 121. Beautiful book. A book we don't get a lot. When we do get it, they're gone immediately. And a nice 5.5. What do we got? Penguin.
First Silver Age Penguin, right?
Yep. First Silver Age Penguin in 7.0.
I love that cover.
There we go. Silver Age Riddler. Corey loves pink, and this is a pink cover. And at 7.5, this is a tough book to get. 7.5s I see. In high grade, it's almost impossible, and I get these a lot in low grade. 7.5 is a really respectable grade. Next up, we got the Adams Beauties, 8.0 Two-Face. 181 Poison Ivy and 8.5 white pages. Beautiful book, nice colors. And here is one of mine and a lot of people's favorite covers of all time. We got the classic 227.
That's great.
Adams.
Right? Yeah.
Neil Adams.
And that's an homage to Batman, was it 13?
Detective 31
Detective
homage.
31, yeah, that's right.
Yep, and in a 9.4. Awesome book. This is one of the ones, even though it's not a particularly rare book, this is one of my favorite books, and I'm sure we'll get a lot of interest in that. And more Adams goodness. Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, in a 9/2 white pages. Wow, beautiful book. And classic Joker 251, 9/4. Then we got one of the best modern books of all time, First Harley Quinn, who's become one of the top modern characters, 9/6. Awesome book. This is a great pile. Now here's something interesting. This is a reprint of Action. This is not original, in case you're wondering, but this is signed by Jerry Siegel, certified by CBCS in 9/6. Jerry Siegel autographs are not that common,
I've never seen that before.
which is
That is
really
really cool.
neat.
It's even numbered with the certificate.
Yep,
That is cool.
there's your cert. So this is, though not a rare book, the fact it's signed by Siegel makes it really special. And then we got a book I haven't had in a while, Action 242.
There's Brainiac, right?
Mm-hmm. 5-0.
He's hot right now. That Brainiac war is going on
Mm-hmm.
in all the Superman books. That's a cool cover. Is that like the 10th anniversary cover, I think?
Yep. This is the origin of Superman.
Bright yellow cover. That's cool.
This is one of those classic Superman books.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those, it was like a pinup or a poster. It looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. And this is when they team up together. So this is when they reveal their secret identities to each other. This is considered a key book, even though technically they've been together in other comics. This is when they first time their double feature. Superman 76. Great stuff, and it just keeps going. Are you getting tired, Corey?
No, looking at this stuff? No, I'm never gonna get tired
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. Raven Bolt 28, First Justice League America. In 4/5.
It's also the first cover appearance of Aquaman. He never appeared on a cover before this.
This is Aquaman, by the way.
There he is.
He is an orange shirt. Okay. And then just to keep the trio together, 29 and 30. So, Raven Bolt. And then, this is one of my favorite covers because it's a dragon coming out of the...
Is it the Lincoln Tunnel or something?
I think it's supposed to be the Lincoln Tunnel. It says Bi-State Tunnel, but I'm sure it's focused on that. But this is just a classic Joe Kubert.
Is that first Silver Age Hawkman? Yeah.
First Silver Hawkman. We know what this is.
Oh yeah, first Teen Titans.
In 8/5. Nice
That's
book.
cool. Was it 54? Yeah, number 54.
Yep. And we got, in their own title, Justice League #1, 5-0. Great stuff. This is great DC stuff. A lot of people feel with Gunn redoing the DC films, we may see a big influx in DC buying. We'll see what happens. But classic stuff. Okay. This is a very cool book, Tales to Astonish 13 with Groot in 4.
Look how different he looks. They changed him quite a bit. Yeah, this is like one of those horror monster books.
Right.
Like right in the middle of the, after the Golden Age, before the Silver Age, right? Kind of right in the middle.
Exactly. This is a pre-hero Marvel. So Groot was just one of those silly Kirby monster characters in the pre-hero times, and then Groot went on to become such a beloved character.
And look how big the Comics Code symbol is. It's huge. It's like, look at that. It's huge because they were trying to make sure everything was safe back then. Right after the whole.
You had a big Comics Code Authority seal. You had a chubby Groot. This is one of my all-time favorite books. Always has been ever since I was a teenager. First Henry Pym, a precursor to, of course, the Ant-Man, the Man in the Anthill. Tales to Astonish 27, 4-0.
That's awesome.
First appearance of the Ant-Man, Henry Pym, not in costume.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have in an old CGC label. Don't know if this is upgradable. It's possible. First Wasp, 7/5. Classic book. All right, here's a stack with just a couple random. No big deal. FF3.
First costumes. First
costume.
Fantastic Car. And Human Torch has two left hands. His hands are wrong.
Human Torch has 2 left hands, which makes this really. He does have 2 left hands. Wait. I don't know.
I remember they made a big deal about it because his thumbs on the wrong side.
Although maybe his hands like this.
Maybe.
We'll figure that out. Okay.
Anyway, that's great.
Now here is
Oh, there you go.
the biggest, baddest villain in the Marvel Universe, and this is his first appearance in a 6/5 Doctor Doom.
Yeah, that is cool.
Classic book. This is as good as it gets. If you're a Marvel Silver fan, you don't have this, you're depriving yourself. Solid 7.5 FF52 Black Panther, always a major character. Love that book. Now here's some pretty interesting Flash books. This is the final issue of the Flash comics, the Golden Age Flash comic series. This came out in 1949. Then they stopped Flash for quite a while.
Yeah, the superhero thing died out, right? They just kind of all went away.
Yeah, most superhero books ended at some point, and then a few dragged on, like Supes, Bats. But this is the last issue. Plus, it has the origin of Flash retold. Now, here's a book, Showcase number 8, second appearance of the Flash. Tough book to get, 4.5, respectable grade. Origin and first appearance of Captain Cold. Really,
That's cool. Captain Cold's a major villain for them. His Rogues is awesome, and it's second Barry Allen, right?
Yep.
That's cool.
So, second Silver Age Flash, first Captain Cold. Not a book we get a lot at all.
If we do, it's usually really beat up.
Yep, they're usually beaters. Those mid to late 50s DCs are tough in grade. 4.5 is a respectable grade. And here we have the relaunch of the Flash in his own title.
First Mirror Master and Flash 105, which is technically number 1.
Correct. And first Kid Flash, origin first appearance of Kid Flash in a solid 6.0. And this is one of those iconic silver covers which everyone loves.
This has probably been, I think, the most, the cover that was had most homages, I think, because they do this all the time. It's a great cover.
Yep.
It is cool.
This is one of those beloved silver covers. Origin of Golden Age and Silver Age Flash together. Oh, it's the first mention of Earth 2 as the Golden Age DC universe. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
because
cool.
then they bring in the Justice Society after that and all that stuff.
Really cool. That's a classic. Okay, next. No big deal. X-Men number 1. This is one of the Marvel flagship titles. Not much more needs to be said. Solid 4.0. Nice eye appeal. And first appearances of all these guys: Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Beast, Angel, Iceman, Professor X, and Magneto.
That's cool.
So, classic Marvel book. And then, to go with it, you got an 8.0 first Scarlet Witch, and
Quicksilver, right?
and Quicksilver, yeah.
And technically the Brotherhood too. I don't think I mentioned it before.
Yeah, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Toad, and Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, second Magneto. And that is a nice color. This is a beautiful 8.0. That is some deep red and yellows. So, and this book is only heating up again with all the X-Men news. Then we got, always a fan favorite, X-Men 12, First Juggernaut 8.5. Classic book, and a book which always sells, everyone loves it, 8.5. X-Men 94, which is the first issue of when the new X-Men got started in their own title again. And to go with that, here we go. One of the, in my opinion, one of the most important Bronze Age books, second to, I guess, Hulk 181, Giant Size X-Men 1. First appearance of all these guys: Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler,
And isn't it
Thunderbird.
Isn't it the second full appearance of Wolverine technically? Right.
Yep, second full appearance of Wolverine.
That's
Is it-
cool.
Because this came after Hulk 181,
Yep.
shortly after 181. Now this is a book which, although not rare, people love this book. It's an iconic Bronze book. Prices have corrected a little from COVID. I feel it's a great time to buy it because you can get it at a really affordable price. And if there are good X-Men movies coming, which they will be, you can't go wrong with this book. I love that book.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And this particular copy is great color strike. See, nice red and whites. Sometimes you see these, they're a little washed out. Nice red. So great. Now here's a really good pile. See, it's not stopping, is it, Corey? Showcase 22, Green Lantern, first Hal Jordan, Silver Age Green Lantern, and first Aban Sur and Carol Ferris, who are major characters in the Green Lantern mythos. You got a 5.5. Excellent book. Not a lot of these around compared to some other stuff.
This is just a sampling, guys. We have there's over 200 graded books that we just bought. This is we just picked them out of the boxes, but there's a lot more than this.
Yep. Classic Green Lantern. Green, when they started with Neil Adams. Number 76. Green Lantern, Green Arrow together. These are some of the most beloved Bronze Age books. And to go with this, you have the iconic drug issue where Speedy's doing heroin. These days he'd be doing fentanyl. And you got a 9.8 grade, which is a beautiful book. Look at that cover.
Yeah, these are all O'Neill, right? O'Neill and Adams?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is the iconic run. Denny O'Neill, Neil Adams art. Iconic. And to go with that drug issue, the second part of it, this is also
Another 9/8 too. These are, it's a white cover. These are a pain. You got 9/8.
incredible book. And then we got, I don't know if you can see
Oh,
it,
that's cool.
John Stewart.
That's a great cover.
Awesome cover. He's right there. Neil Adams, John Stewart. First appearance cover. This is one of my favorite Bronze books. He's an awesome character and awesome cover. Great stuff. Okay, so let's see what's here. Okay, we got some great old detective. Now this is the new classic Batmobile Detectives 156. Classic cover. You got the schematics of the Batmobile. You got Batman doing some welding with goggles. You got Robin drilling something. Classic book.
Hey, listen, you're in the garage. You got to get to work, you know?
Yeah.
The car is going to fix himself.
Yeah, listen, they can't really hire your local mechanic because then they'll know their secret. Okay. This is a book we haven't had in a long time. Detective 168, The Origin of the Joker. The Man in the Red Hood. It is restored, color touch, pieces added, etc. But an apparent 8.0 restored. This is a huge book, Origin of the Joker. Classic cover. Love that book. Haven't had this in a long time. Here's a book I love. I feel it's underrated. First Martian Manhunter, John Jones, in 5.0, Detective 225. Unfortunately, he's not on the cover, but this is a classic, mid-50s, 1955 DC. Classic book. There's another great first appearance. First appearance, Batwoman, Kathy Kane, in a 5.0, Detective 233.
That's a cool cover. Anytime they feature like that on the cover is really cool.
This is great. You got the bat signal.
It's an old school bat signal too. That's cool.
And you got her red. And he's saying, "Hurry, Batman! The Batwoman is beating us on this mission." So he wants to beat her. Okay. Next, Detective 359, first silver Batgirl, one of the iconic silver Batmans.
Barbara Gordon, right?
Barbara Gordon, the daughter of
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes. And what makes this book huge is not the Barbara Gordon, it has a Killer Moth appearance. Okay. Detective 400, first Man-Bat.
That's is that Neil Adams, right?
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful Man-Bat cover. Neil Adams Man-Bat cover. I think he did the interior, I'm sure. I'm sure he did interior. Gorgeous book.
Those cool old school logos. I love those logos. For the newsstands, those are awesome.
Classic. And that, I mean, you can't go wrong with this stuff. Man-Bat, Batman, Neil Adams. His name is what? Kirk something? Kirk Langstrom, yeah. And this is just a cool cover. Not a huge book, but a great copper. This is Marshall Rogers.
Oh yeah, he died young. This guy was awesome.
Yeah, and you got the Joker, the classic fish. The Joker holding fish, which is kind of weird, fish. All right.
Well, he is the Joker, Benny.
Well, the Joker is a jokey guy. Okay, next. This is a excellent bronze book in the 9.4. Hero for Hires are really common in those low to mid grades. You don't see a lot of 9.4s. I don't see them at all. 9.4 white pages. Hero for Hire one. Just great book. First appearance of Luke Cage, who's become a major character. And first appearance of Diamondback, which doesn't really matter. And here we have a book which, while not rare, is the iconic #1 Bronze Age book, period. Hulk 181. Created by CBCS, who we trust and love their grading. It's an off-white to white 8.0 with nice color, solid book. Iron Fist 14 Sabretooth in the 9.4 white pages. Great book. John Byrne artwork. In fact, Chris Claremont and John Byrne, classic. This is a book which always sells immediately. Iron Man in an 8.5. Nice grade. Beautiful color, nice color strike. And this is Iron Man 1. You can't say much more about that. And here's the first appearance of a certain purple-skinned bad guy, Corey.
Mr. Thanos, and it's also first Drax, right?
Yes.
As well?
First appearance, Thanos, Mentor, Star Fox, Kronos, and Drax.
Now imagine if Thanos was in the middle, except for them two, that book would be worth a lot more.
Yeah, because unfortunately at the time, they didn't...
It was like a reveal, so it was kind of cool, but...
I don't think they realized Thanos would become what he was, so Thanos should really be in the middle. And Thanos, as everyone should know, was based on Darkseid.
Yes.
He was kind of their version of DC's Darkseid. So 9/6 white pages. So you got a beautiful high-grade book of one of the top 5 Marvel villains. Here's a book which I've heard of before. I don't know if it's any good. Journey to Mystery. What does it say? Journey to Mystery 83. Oh, it's the first appearance of Donald Blake, who's also Thor. So there you go. You got a first Journey.
Another classic cover that's homaged quite a bit. It's just it's cool. The way they're featured on the cover there. It's just
Classic
awesome.
cover. This is just that iconic Silver Age book. And then to go with it, which has become, with all the movies, TV shows, first Loki, Journey into Mystery 85 in 5/5. First appearance of Loki. Oh, and also Heimdall, Asgard, and Odin.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
Classic book. Here's a book, no big deal. It was just a kind of whatever. I just threw it in here just to mix it up. First appearance of Spider-Man, Amazing Fantasy 15, in a nice, affordable blue label, CGC 1.5. So, what more needs to be said?
I know it's a 1.5, but aside from that, it presents really well.
Yeah, in fact, let's turn this around. It has some staining there, which I guess explains the 1.5. There's a little piece there, but getting a 1.5 book in AF15, you're getting an affordable copy, and it's complete. This was bought from Comic Connect many years ago, I guess. Anyway, you got an affordable blue label 1.5. And to go with it, first issue of his own title, Amazing Spider-Man #1.
It's also the first FF crossover, I believe, right?
Let's see what it says. I believe it is too. It's also the first J. Jonah Jameson, John Jameson, and Chameleon. And it tells his origin. Classic book, 4.0, graded by PGX 4.0. We might reholder this. I'll decide afterwards. But iconic, huge book. Okay. And more Spider-Man goodness. Amazing Spider-Man 2, first appearance of the Vulture, in a nice 6.0 off-white to white. Really nice book, nice color, solid grade, classic. And this is a huge book, which we don't see as much as the 2s and 4s. Amazing Spidey 3, first Doc Ock, in a 6.5.
I remember when I first started, you always told me 3 and 6 were the 2 that you got the least often for Spideys.
That's right. We would, for some reason, 2s and 4s were plentiful, 3s and 6s we didn't get. 6 as the Lizard. 3 in particular was always tough for us.
It's a cool cover.
Huge book, 6.5 grade, awesome. We don't get a lot of these in better than 4.0, so I'm really happy to get a 6.5. And another major character, Mysterio, in an 8.0. Amazing Spidey 13. First Mysterio, 8.0, great book. And the the hits keep coming. Here's the #1 Spidey villain, first Green Goblin, Amazing Spider-Man 14.
I think it's the first Hulk crossover. I think it ties with FF12. I think it's the first time Hulk's.
Yeah, that's.
I believe.
Let's
I think
see.
so.
Yep. Well, it says the first meeting of the Hulk and Spider-Man. It has to be an early Hulk crossover based on age. I know the FF12 was about a year before this. I don't know if it's a. I don't know if that's. It's definitely an early Hulk crossover.
Yeah, and it's cool because he's like right there in the corner. It's cool.
This is just one of those fun Silver Age covers, and you got Spidey in a cave. You got the Enforcers there, Green Goblin. You got a Hulk, which
he doesn't have his glider yet. Because the glider doesn't come until 17, I think, right? He's got that it looks like a broom.
Yeah, he's riding a broom. He's riding a silver broom. I think it almost looks like he's floating on top of it. Yeah, this is bad. I don't like that broom.
Good thing they fixed it.
But the good news with this book, besides the Green Goblin Hulk, you got the Enforcers in the background. I'm happy about that. Okay, another iconic Spidey key, an 8.0, signed by Stan the Man Lee, certified. Amazing Spidey 15, first Craven, Stanley Sig. Very cool. We're not big on some signature books, but anything signed by Stan Lee is just epic. You got here probably the #2 bronze book, maybe this in Giant Size 1. It's a toss-up. You got Amazing Spider-Man 129, first Punisher.
Gil Kane cover? Is that Gil Kane?
Gil Kane and John Romita cover.
Yes.
Wow, that's actually cool that John Romita did that. First appearance Punisher, Frank Castle, and the Jackal, who's a minor character, in a nice 9.2. And this is a beautiful book, nice colors. Here's one of my favorite books. I love this book in Fantastic Four Annual 1. I always love those early annuals. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1, the first appearance of the Sinister Six. And there's also appearances by Fantastic Four, Giant Man, Wasp, Thor, Iron Man cameos, and lots of pin-ups. This is just a great book. I love that book. And here we have something pretty neat. It's Silver Spidey. This is the third Lizard. Classic Lizard cover, beautiful cover by Romita, in a 9.8. Silver Age Spidey in a 9.8 white pages, which you just don't see. Really tough to get. We were very excited to get this because we just don't get 9.8 Silver Age, even 9.6s very often. Great book. I was very happy to get that. So that's it for the Spideys. And wait, there's more. Let's see some Avengers. Avengers 1 in a CGC 4.5, origin and first appearance of the Avengers, and some appearances by the FF, Loki, Team Brigade. And this is just one of those classic covers where you have the villain. You got Loki, and you got that silly new armor, the old armor, excuse me. Thor and Hulk, great. Excuse me. I had a cough. You could edit that out, right? Anyway, Avengers 4, 8.5. First Silver Age appearance of Captain America. Submariner appearance.
He finds him in the ice, right?
Yep. He was found floating in a cube of ice. You might have to take over. Cap 100, 9.4. First in his own title. One of those iconic Silver Age covers.
That's cool. It's hard 9.4, right? Because of the black. It's hard to get it in higher grade.
Yeah, you don't see these in 2 high grade. I mean, this is not a rare book. The 1968 Marvels generally are still relatively abundant, relative, of course, but you don't see 9.8s around much. It's a beautiful book. Really nice. Okay, so we got covered Cap. Now here's something here's a book I've never owned. This is a book that's never crossed the threshold at Zap Comics in 31 years. Police Comics number 11, 1942, classic Golden Age. Now, why is this valuable? It's a Plastic Man book, but this is the first comic book appearance of The Spirit by Will Eisner.
He was in like newspaper strips, I believe that, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Spirit was a newspaper strip hero, of course, by the legend Will Eisner. And this is his first comic book appearance, as you see. And this is a book I've never owned. It's a classic book, 1942 Quality Comics, and it's a Blue Label 5.0. So I was very happy to get that. And here's something else really neat too, which I have had 1 or 2 in the past, but first comic book appearance of the Shadow and Doc Savage. Now, the Shadow and Doc Savage were pulp heroes, and this from 1940, Shadow Comics number 1 in a 4.0. So we were very happy to get these because we just do not get these early Golden Age enough. So that was really neat.
So this came out at the same time Superman 1 came out.
This, well, about a year after.
Year after. That was crazy.
Right, because 1940. So this is about a year after Superman, and Shadow was, on the radio, pulps, and this is him in the comics. So he's just an American, a classic character. And this one is cool. First appearance of the Enemy Ace, Our Army at War number 151 in a 9.0. We get these pretty often, but really lower grades, 4.0s, 5.0s, 2.0s. I almost never get a 9.0 in this book. Beautiful book, 1965, first appearance of Enemy Ace. The Charleston collection. I guess that's not a pedigree, but cool. So, really neat. So,
You got a couple of these here.
we got this one I saved for, not last, but almost last. More Fun 74, 1941. Second appearance of Green Arrow and Speedy. First appearance of Percival Pop.
The second Aquaman too, I think, right?
Is it the second Aquaman?
I think the second Aquaman, Green Arrow.
This only says second. Oh, right there. I didn't read that. Excuse me. second appearance, Aquaman, Green Arrow, and Speedy. You're right. I read second appearance. And a half-page ad for All-Star 8, which is, of course, the Wonder Woman book. So it has an ad for All-Star 8. So there's just a really cool Golden Age book, number 74. I wish it was 73. It was not to be. And this is just a really neat cover, Leading Comics number 2. I'm not even sure if there's anything particularly special. It's just that it's a really fun cover with 7 Soldiers of Victory on it. And the Black Star is the bad guy. So, Leading Comics 2 in 6.5 by PGX, which this is a 1942 book, so really cool. So, I think that's a great new collection. We are going to be, we will be selling these starting hopefully tomorrow. So you can send us a message if there's certain books you want to know about. We don't have them all priced yet, so bear with us. And we will keep a lot of these at the shop. They won't all be available at the shop at any one time. So if you're really interested in a book, please message us first. And if you have any gold, silver, bronze collections, we're actively buying now. We like big, full collections. And get in touch with us right away if you have a collection we would like to make an offer on it. Thank you.